Good morning, everybody. My name's Andrew Perry, and I'm part of the CSC team. And I think we have a couple other people on here from the team as well, Hersan as well. And we're just going to be, answering any questions you have in terms of general support for the revenue roadmap. If you need help troubleshooting the platform or assistance with logging in or anything like that. So feel free to, if you have any questions, either drop them in the chat or come off mute and ask, and we'll see if we can help.
Great. Hey, I have a question.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, this is Steve Lacey. So the format that we've seen here this past week, will that be the format? It looks like you have choices of classes to take every week. Is that going to be for the next time signed up for a year? The format that'll take, and is there a calendar for the year that we can look at that shows every one of these question and answer, and then the topics of discussion? That's my first question.
Yeah, so basically the way that it's structured is, we have various sessions throughout the week, which you're encouraged to attend at least 2 of them. You're more than welcome to attend all of them if you'd like, but that for a lot of agents can be a little bit overkill because we do so many of them. We've currently plotted the first 90 days of sessions. So as for the year, we don't have those mapped out just yet. But what I can do is drop the link in the chat for adding these sessions to your calendar for the first 90 days. So if you click on this link, it should add it automatically to your Google Calendar. And if you're having any issues with that, we can try troubleshooting that on the call. But yeah, basically, what we encourage you to do is each week, either read the newsletter that goes out at the end of each week, advertising the sessions for the following week, or going into the platform and seeing the sessions that are coming up for the week, and just seeing the ones that best align with your schedule and with your business needs, and then attending those.
Perfect. That answered kind of my second question, and then I'll be done. Was, I'm particularly in a situation where I need to really lead generate and get going for 2024. And, when my listing presentations, I don't need to worry about that right now. It's now, what do I do from a perspective of going out and getting leads, a lead generation? So then what you're saying is I'll see the outline. Obviously, the meetings I want to attend are those ones that are generating leads, right? Those are the most important, certainly for me. So
correct. And one of the things that we are doing that's different this year is on Mondays, Chirag is leading 2 live prospecting calls. So he does those. Let me see. Hersan, do you know what time those are? I think they're at 9:30 on Mondays and 12:30 on Mondays. And so those are just calls that Chirag is on with all the agents who can attend, and it's really just him and the agents sitting there and doing the work that you have to do to lead gen, which is basically doing outreach to your sphere, following up with potential leads, kind of the unpleasant stuff that a lot of agents don't always like to do, but you have to time block for. So it's important that, if lead generation is something that you need to work on, we recommend you attend those on Mondays.
Thank you. I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
And just a quick, hi everybody, I'm Hersan. So I think a lot of you, or at least some of the faces I'm seeing here, I've been interacting with through our ticketing system here. And that's also some of the links that I've been posting here in the chat in real time as we go. So if you're having logging issues, like Andrew said, feel free to reach out to roadmap@chiragshahcoaching.com. It's more than likely one of 2 things. If you're an existing member, you may have potentially 2 separate emails that are in 2 different accounts. We may need to merge them. So that's something that I can definitely help with. Or it may be that your account just needs to be resynced. I know that there's been a lot of orientation kind of last week movement into this week. So it may just be that we just need to resync your account one more time just to make sure that we're all in parity data wise. So yeah, if any of you are having still account issues, or maybe you were sent a password temporarily and that doesn't still work, definitely reach out to Roadmap at chiragshahcoaching.com and I can take a look into your account again. Yep. And similar to what Martha had just posted in the chat, if you also click the reset password on the login link, which I can send here in the chat, that should also prompt you to reset your own password if you choose to directly without our help. But either way, if you're having any issue one way or the other logging in and you know that you should be able to log in, definitely Roadmap at chiragshahcoaching.com is the way to go to start. And then we can go from there on a case-by-case basis.
So it looks like Jennifer Gallagher put, is our navigator a real person we will have the opportunity to communicate with? Yes and no, I would say, because part of the navigator platform, the navigator experience is done via text messaging. So these are texts that go out to you throughout the week that remind you to attend sessions, that direct you based on the results of your roadmap builder assessment to the resources that are most vital for you and your business. That being said, we do have somebody on the team who is monitoring that navigator experience and is going to answer any questions you have directly. So, you know, these text messages are set to start this Sunday. And so if you, along the way, have any questions, you can always text back that contact directly, and then somebody from our team will see the text and then be able to respond to you directly. So if you ever have any issues accessing any of the resources that we text you, you can always say, you know, I couldn't find it. Can you help me find it? And then somebody from our team will see that and then be able to get it to you. So let's see what else is in the chat. Yes, so Dahlia, I never received a text message. So those texts are going to start this Sunday. So that we didn't roll it out the first week of the program, but starting this Sunday is when, if you've done the roadmap builder assessment, you'll then be enrolled in the text messaging reminders and the accountability reminders that are starting this Sunday. When are the meetings no longer an early session? Yeah, so if you were in the playbook last year, we did the 9:30 calls and then the 12:30 calls. We've changed that for at least this first 90 days. We are still doing live prospecting with Chirag at 9:30. So there is like a 9:30 call with Chirag. But additionally, now on Mondays and Tuesdays, he does just a basic group coaching call now at 11:30 Eastern time. But that being said, everything is still recorded and accessible on the platform. And this is for the first 90 days. It's possible that, you know, after this first 90 days is done, maybe we will, depending on feedback from the community, you know, update and revise the schedule. But that's what the schedule is for at least the first 90 days.
To kind of just add on to that, so I'm going to be including the past events link in the chat. So if for some reason you missed yesterday's live prospecting, the one that was at 9:30 and then the one that was at 12:30, plus the pre-listing presentation session at 11:30, and these are all Eastern Standard Times, and I know some of you are on the West Coast. Feel free to check that link out, the past events link. The recordings for those 3 sessions from yesterday's are up, along with any related content or resource that Chirag shared during yesterday's chats. Both of the live prospecting session pages have 2 separate docs, so feel free to check those out. I know Chirag was kind of being very interactive with prospecting and engaging other participants' prospecting efforts during both sessions, so those docs are the ones that he referenced throughout the recording, so feel free to check them out.
And then I see a question from Ian regarding seller and buyer content. So basically, you know, the way that we've structured the first 90 days, at least with Chirag sessions, is on Mondays we have seller-focused, seller-heavy sessions including the live prospecting. And then on Tuesdays, we have more buyer focused sessions. In terms of like your roadmap builder and your either buyer or seller result from there, we're going to be sending you, again, starting on Sunday, direct links to buyer or seller content. One of the things we realized last year was our platform has so much stuff on it. I don't know if any of you have had time to really dig in there, but I mean, you can get lost in it, basically. There's so much. So that's one of the reasons why we wanted to do this whole navigator experience, is so that we could send you directly the buyer or seller content that most aligns with what you need right now. And then Sarah, is there a quick answer to the difference between end-to-end and navigator? Trisha, I see you're on the call. Do you feel comfortable? She's our end-to-end guru.
Hi guys, how are you? Happy morning to you all. So end-to-end is when you're in Revenue Roadmap, you have access to all our content. Now, some of it is called end-to-end, some of it is called playbook. What the navigator does is it identifies through the series of questions, through the builder, what you are most focused on in your business right now. So it will guide you. It'll give you prompts, have a look at this, have a look at that. It could be seller, it could be buyer information. But ultimately, what is on the platform, all that end-to-end, all that playbook, you can jump in there anytime you want and access any of it. The same with the sessions. You can attend any of those you wish at any time. When you go to sessions and events, you can add any of them to your calendar that you want to attend. So the navigator's role is really to hone in on the content, because what we found was, like Andrew said, the content is overwhelming, and our content without context can just be too much, and people just found that they were either not doing any of it because they felt overwhelmed, or just doing a portion and were missing other things later on. So the navigator role, and when you build out that builder, is to identify what would be best for your current situation, your current business. And of course, as you go through that, you can, reach out to the navigator and let them know if, yeah, this is great, I'd like to see more of this, whatever. It's all mapped out on your builder, all the content there anyway, and they're just basically keeping you accountable. Does that answer the question?
Yeah, and I think, I see something in here from Susie. Where can I find a page that says what buyers control? And I think, Herson, you shared the answer there, but I will just drop this in the chat as an example, if you guys haven't seen it yet, of what we mean when we talk about the extensive content that we have. So this is our end-to-end page on buyer consultation. This is a whole guide with scripts and resources and everything. And when you click into it, and Susie, this is where you'll see the script, becoming an effective partner with the buyer. So as you can see, this is a whole lot of content in one guide. So part of what these texts will do is break this guide up and send it to you, in pieces, so that it's not overwhelming. And you'll be directed to specific parts of this guide and other guides that we have in the platform. Yeah, so this is just some of the content that we have on here. I encourage you, to take some time and explore the platform. You guys here in the Revenue Roadmap, so you have access to everything. You don't need to wait to start exploring. You can start watching past videos. You can start, reading through the end-to-end guides and everything. In addition to attending, whichever live trainings and live sessions with Chirag and the other coaches best work for your schedule. Yeah, so the amount of content is overwhelming, but it is really great stuff. So if you're able to, parse what you can from it, it can really change the way that you do business. I mean, I think it's really quite incredible. So we're all very proud of it. So is there any other questions? I know we're at time. Feel free to come off mute or to drop them in the chat. We're doing another one of these later today. at, what time is it later today?
12 Eastern.
30.
12:30 Eastern, yeah, 12:30 Eastern. Yeah, for 15 minutes. And then we're gonna do this again tomorrow and Thursday. But I imagine if you're here today, you probably won't need to come back. Where will the resources for each session be posted? Yes, so yeah, last year they would be linked in the bottom of the past sessions page. They're still gonna be posted in the same place. So basically we have the calendar event in the platform, and then the session will be in that past event there as well. So basically, whenever you want to, attend a live session or watch a recording of a past session, it's all going to be in that sessions and events tab of the platform, and then under the past events. And maybe since we have just a little time, Herson, can you let me share my screen real quick? And I'll just do a quick yeah, I'll just do a quick walk through this. Okay, yeah, so this is the, this is the home for the platform. To access the calls, you go into sessions and events. To see a past call, you click on past events, and then you'll see, for example, the call from yesterday, the 3 calls with Chirag from yesterday. And then the upcoming events are here. So as always, if you guys need help with anything else, we're going to be doing this call again today, and then as well on Wednesday, Thursday, same time. Chirag mentioned a checklist in yesterday's pre-listing session, and I'm not seeing anything there. So Jeff, we'll double check on that, and then we'll send you an email afterwards once it's up on the platform. I think I know the checklist that you're talking about. So yeah, I think that's it. So I think we can go ahead and wrap up the call, but if you are free to join us later, you're more than welcome, or again tomorrow and Thursday.